Hi, midnight. Hi. Okay, I have one. I know. I told you we were gonna go out. I have one more video. I have one more video to film, and then we're gonna go out. Okay? Hello? Are you listening? Y'all, come get your nephew. Midnight. Look at me. Look at me. I have one more video, and then we're gonna go. Promise. Okay? Thank you. All right, go do something else. Go do something else until I'm done. No, go do something else. I told you when I'm done, okay? Go do something else. Bye. Hey Loc Babes, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen. I am your loctician bestie, wife, and mama. Here we talk about all things locks, beauty, and lifestyle. So, your nephew threw me off. He messed up my intro, so I'm gonna try this again. Hey Loc Babes, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen, your loctician bestie, wife, and mama. Here on my channel, we talk about all things locks, lifestyle, and beauty with lots of tips, tricks, and lots of lock love. Guys, I'm all out of sorts now. Whether you're here for the vibes or you're here to learn something, you are definitely in the right place. Okay, so my beauties, we are finishing up on this 3-part mini series of My Locs. Of my locks and my mental health. So again, if you are watching this video for the first time, please go back and watch the 2 previous ones because it's very important to see where I am today. So let's jump right back into it. Again, I am also I'm trying to finish, I don't know how much I'm actually going to finish, my retie while I am talking to you guys, and the sun just came out, so I definitely want to go outside. I am starting my garden. I'm a gardener now, so I need to go outside. I'm a gardener as of like 2 days ago. So I need to go outside and I need to assess what I am doing, what I want to get done today. And then I'm going to go for a walk with Midnight. So I might take you guys with me for that. But anyhow, let's jump into my final part of this mini series. So again, I'm looking at my notes here just so I can see where I am. So yeah, so for this final part, I want to reflect on how my locks transformed my confidence, my self-love, my self-awareness, my self-esteem. It helped me combat my depression, my anxiety. It helped me regain my trust and love for God. And it's more than just hair, right? It's a transformation. It's life-changing. So I just wanted to talk about that. So I know we left off in 2023 when I started in Rich Locks and I started my business and everything was just as great as it could be. 2024 started off with a bang with very, very, very difficult and emotional family discrepancies. I feel like 2024, I was just putting out fires. I was putting out fires left and right in our family, and it was hard. It was gut-wrenching. It is when I started my this set of locks because I just got to a point where I was like, I refused to go back to where I was, deeply depressed, anxiety-ridden because of things that are happening. Satan is allowing these things to happen for a reason. God gave him the reins to allow these things to happen for a reason. So I need to pass whatever test I am going through now so I can make it to the other side of this, because honestly, guys, I didn't know if I was coming the whole 2024. I didn't know if I was coming or going the whole year. The whole year of 2024 was intense. The whole year. Around September was when I feel like I got my footing back and I was really able to just surrender everything. But during that whole time, again, I still had my locks. I was watching my locks thrive. I was watching my locks grow. I was watching my clients' locks thrive and grow, them coming back to me, just elated about how much their hair have grown. My girls' locks as well. The transfer clients that I got that came to me in shambles, they were just excited to see where their hair has gotten, and it was a good year for watching outward growth. Like, I know that I said 2024 had me in shambles, but emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, I felt my strongest. I felt like all those years led me up to that. I was still consistently in therapy. I went back to bi-weekly. I reached out to my therapist and I told her that I definitely need to be in the office more. Oh yeah, I started going into the office. It definitely changed. It was virtual now, is only for emergencies. I would rather be in the office because it's such a safe place. She has candles, she has incense. It's such a black girl movement in her whole office. Like, there's no better place to be when you are going through a hard time, or you're going through a difficult moment. Just being there presently with your therapist in the room feels more healing than doing it online, in my opinion. So that's what I chose to do, consistently go to her office. But because 2024, I had the freedom. I'm not clocking in, I'm not clocking out. I'm making my own schedule. I am going about things a lot differently than I normally would with my regular 9 to 5. I feel like God allowed me to start my business in 2023 because he knew that I was going to need the freedom in my schedule for 2024, because 2024 had me in a chokehold. 2024 turned me every way but loose, okay? Every which way but loose. My family was going through it. Going through hell and high water is what I'm telling you. You know, when they say peaks and valleys, we were in the valley for a long time. For a long, long time. And some of these things we were only able to get out for prayer. But sticking to my guns about me going to therapy throughout it all, not wavering in that, was definitely helpful. Digging deep inside and making myself fight for my relationship with God, not just going to church to be a number or going to church just to go through the motions, but actually going to church to fellowship. And even if it was a particular sermon where I felt like I didn't really get anything from, I came home and watched more devotional videos. I was just filling my head up with worship music, filling my life up with devotional time. I got back to journaling. I started hiking again. I started taking long, long walks with my dog. I was just intentional. This is around September again. This is around August. I just refuse to end off 2024 feeling crippled and stuck. So despite of everything that was happening that was chaotic in my life, I was moving my body. I was in my Bible. I was praying. I was being open with those closest around me so they know what I'm going through and I'm not struggling in silence. I was open with my therapist. I continued to go. It catapulted me in a different direction. And having the freedom, again, of watching my locks grow. I will put pictures in from how my locks started, how they look when I started this last set. I had a very short taper cut. The back was like, I took my husband's razor and I shaved it up to like, kind of like a tapered, I don't know what to call it. But I had this hairstyle when I was a loose natural. So I had a lot of hair on the top. I left my hair, well, I cut it too. But my hair was probably like maybe 2-3 inches on the top. And then I shaved all the back down. So my locks in the back were probably like this big. And then they got longer and longer and longer and longer as they got to the front. It was super cute. I loved it. And so even in the moments where I felt like my locks aren't growing, looking at pictures, I'll insert some pictures over here of me, of my hair then and my hair now. Obviously, they've grown a lot. And it's only been, I think, a year and a half now, actually. What month is this? This is April. Yeah. So in 2 months, it'll be a half. So it'll be a year. I'm at like a year and 4 months right now of growth. And this is where we are, right? Again, I told you guys I did cut my hair 3 weeks ago. So it's not as long in the back as it was. It was probably like shoulder length hair, but it was literally only the back. The front, I feel like it was the same length. So I just took a scissors and I just went all the way across. So give or take a couple inches, this is the growth that I've had. So yeah, so confidence in how I saw myself as well too, because I was so used to wearing long weaves and long wigs and hiding behind my hair. I was used to always looking good and always looking put together. Like there was never a time where I felt like, oh, like I'm not gonna look good in this, or what should I do? Like I just always felt confident in my wigs and my weaves, you know? You can always pull those together. Everybody looks good with long hair. Plain, you know, long story short. But not everybody can pull off locks. So wearing locks, having them be that short at first, and then watching them grow, and then having to deal with the shrinkage and all that type of stuff, it really allowed me to play up my other attributes. Yes, I don't want to be solely focused on what my hair is doing. If my hair is not right, then I don't feel beautiful. But it allowed me to say, you know what? I want to play around with jewelry. I want more jewelry. So I'm going to get different type of earrings. I'm going to get new mascara. I'm going to have a whole face and skincare routine, because my face care and my skincare is it's still pretty basic. I don't do a lot, but I wanted to just love up on myself more. So different things. I didn't want to be so weighed down by my hair. And you know, as a Black woman, we can do things depending on how our hair looks. Like, we're not swimming if we have a weave or if we have a wig. Like, we're not going to nobody's pool. We're not going to the ocean. I don't have to worry about that now. We aren't doing certain things if we're going to be sweating too much. Like, yesterday, my daughters had their first track meet, and it was 1,000 degrees outside, and everybody's sweating, right? But if I had my wig on or a weave on and I'm sweating like that, I would be there with napkins trying to wipe it down because I don't want my wig glue to come off. And no, this was me yesterday. Go, baby, go! That was it. I just pushed the sweat right into my locks, and we're going on with my life. Why? Because I'm going to wash my hair, and my hair is not going to be sweaty like that forever. And then having the sun just dry it back, it's very freeing. It's like, I don't have to worry about the little nuances that can become big deals that you freak out about when you're outside if your hair doesn't look good. Or when we went to Orlando last year, going on the amusement parks and stuff. Like, before, if I have my wig on or if I have a hat on, I'm scared to get on a roller coaster because I don't want my wig to fly off, right? Even if it's glued down on tape. I know you guys have seen those videos of people's wigs flying off. About that, because why? This is my hair and it's not going to detach from my head. It's so freeing, guys. It really is freeing. It allowed me to really grow my confidence, and especially when other people would tell me that my locks look good. Chef's kiss, girl. Guys would come up to me like, I see you, queen, and I'd be like or sisters and girls would come up to me and be like, wow, I love your micro locks. Who does your hair? And I'm like, me, boo, I'm a loctician. And that's how I'm getting more clients. That's how I'm gaining more friends and having conversations. And every time I see somebody with locks outside, like, I'm pouring into them. It's a vibe over here. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Again, I loved my wigs. I loved my weaves. I'm still going to get a good wig for a protective style. I'm still for protective styles. So I have some videos coming up about protective stylings where I am going to be putting some wigs on her. I'm going to be putting some wigs on so you guys can see, even with micro locks, if you still want to wear a wig for an occasion, you can do that. So that's what's going to be next. But there's so many options, and I just love that this is my hair. I can scratch my scalp if I want. I can braid it. I can two-strand twist it. I can do whatever I want with it because it's growing from my head. And I love watching it grow. Again, I equate my locks to myself. So watching my locks grow and watching where they came from and where they started, it is like a revelation to me about where I came from and where I started and how I was in shambles and how I felt like I wasn't growing and I wasn't doing all the things that I needed to do. And I'm watching my hair. I'm like, wow, we started this together. Yes, this is my third set of locks, but we started this together. This was during this set. When I started this set, I felt the safest. I felt the most loved. I felt the most at peace with myself. So this is my out of depression set of locks, right? Of course, I still have days where my anxiety is running a little higher than most, or I have days where I do feel sad, but I don't feel like my soul doesn't feel downcast to the point of death. You know, like that's a different type. That's when you actually you have to seek help. You have to get help. I know people feel like they can pull themselves out of depression, or they feel like they're not depressed and they don't use words like that because they don't want titles. I was that person. I was you, boo. But I knew when I needed help because I knew I can't pull myself out of this, right? And even despite like, okay, God's everything. I'm a Christian woman. Even trying to say that God could pull me out of this. Yes, God is strong. He is mighty. He can do all things. But he also equipped us with the knowledge and equipped us with the strength to do the things that we need to do as well, right? He wants us to do those things. And what those things look like for me was to contact a therapist, was to get my weight in order, was to be open with the people who are around me, right? Was to tap shoulders and say, hey, I'm struggling right now. Can somebody hold me accountable? Can somebody help me? Like, I'm struggling in silence. That's what he showed me I needed to do. The power of showing up authentically, even when it's hard. I told you guys, 2020, 2021, nobody knew anything was wrong with me. I was masking everything. Actually, 2022 as well. I was masking. I was still smiling. I was still have my weave, still have my wig sometimes, still have a face full of makeup. Yeah, girl, I'll go there with you. Yeah, I'm doing all the things outside. I'm being so fake, being so superficial because authentically inside I was dying and nobody knew. And this is the most open I'm being about it, and I'm on a public platform, so not everybody who didn't know is gonna know, oh, Jen, what happened? It's okay, I'm out of there now, right? But I had to get so deep and so close to God, so self-aware with myself in therapy, and I had to talk to those who are around me to help. I couldn't do it by myself. And if you are struggling with mental health or anything like that, and you feel like you have nobody to talk to, comment me. I will write you, girl. I will help you. I will help you find, if it's a therapist you need, I will help you find a website to link you to somebody who's close to you. I would love to be that for you, right? I don't feel like God allows us to go through things so we can just keep it to ourselves, right? He allows us to go through many troubles so then we can then help those the same way that we were troubled to help them out of their trouble. And I paraphrase that whole scripture, but I'm going to add it up here so you guys know what I'm talking about. All right? We weren't made to be alone. I had to release the shame that I felt. I felt so much shame about so many things, about decisions I made, about people that I listened to, about so many things. I felt so much shame and so much guilt. I needed to embrace who I am. I needed to own my decisions. I needed to walk in my truth, and I needed to just let go and let God. And that's exactly what I did. And my locks helped me with that. My locks helped me show up as authentically as possible. Each and every day, each and every way. Even when I'm doing this, my girls' locks are down to their shoulders now. So when I'm like, baby, they laugh at me. But it's okay. Why? Because I'm still going to shake my ear. I'm still going to shake my hair. Again, I'm not afraid of a scissors. So having short hair is nothing to me. I had long hair before. Long hair, short hair, it doesn't matter. However it is that you are showing up for yourself authentically is what matters the most. Even through this whole thing, God had to remind me of who I was. God said to do the things that you did at first. Do the things that you did at first. I had to go back. I had to think about, okay, when did I come to God? 2015 is when I started my life over. The life I was living before was shambles, right? I started my life over. I devoted my life to Christ, and I was on fire for God. I was on fire for God. Yes, no Christian's life is perfect. And I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tell you that, oh, once you devote your life to Christ, your life will be perfect. It would be the best. No, things still happen after that. I still had lots of turmoil, lots of hardships. But how did I go about dealing with those things, I didn't hide. I didn't run. I didn't sulk and be depressed. I stayed open. I talked to the sisters and the women who were closest around me, right? I had a community. I felt loved. I felt protected. I was in my Bible, baby. The friends that I had, we were all focused on God. So there was like nowhere, I surrounded myself with people who were going through the same things and were handling it the same way. I didn't surround myself with those who were using alcohol and drugs and doing those things. That was my past life. Those things won't help me now, right? Now that I'm a new creation. But 2019 and 2020 knocked me on my face. It knocked me on my face. And I wasn't able to do the things that I did at first. Why? Because I was in survivalship mode. I was in survival mode. I didn't know what to do. I was slowly and quickly drowning at the same time. And last but not least, what I needed to do, I needed to have gratitude for my glow up inside and out. So now I am literally sitting in an answered prayer. I'm living in an answered prayer. I prayed to become this woman. I prayed for her. I prayed for me, right? I probably didn't pray for this extra weight, but I prayed for the rest of me. And I'm gonna love myself at this extra weight. Why? Because I'm happy now. And happiness is fleeting. I feel joy. I feel a sense of peace so deep in my soul. Even when things are going berserk. Things right now are not perfect. But I feel so much peace that I know only comes from God. I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it. I prayed to be her. So seeing me in flesh and in color and seeing that this is, I did it. I did this with God. I did this with therapy. I did this with my lock journey. Like, I didn't do this alone. I don't have to do it alone, and neither do you. Right? And I know right now it's like, okay, if you're stuck and you're in the beginning of a place where you're like, okay, I could pray to be somebody else. Trust me, girl. Trust me when I say it is possible. It might not take you the 3 years it took me. It might take you a year. It might take you 5 years. It might take you the rest of your life to become the person that you want to be. But I bet you every step of the way you will get closer. As long as you are making steps towards the right direction, you will become her. You will. You will absolutely become her. You have to do this in faith. You have to do it in faith. All right. So again, like, My Locs gave me permission. How do I want to word this? My Locs gave me permission to take up space in my own life, to show up present in my own life. That's what My Locs did for me. They gave me confidence. They allowed me to walk in confidence. They allowed me to enter rooms like how I used to enter rooms. Because before COVID, Jen was happy. Jen was the life of a party. Jen is an extrovert. I talk to strangers. I will talk to the wall. That's why I'm talking to this camera like y'all actually sitting here with me. Why? Because I feel comfortable with this, boo. This is my natural thing. Like, this is me naturally. But the joy and the peace that I have surpasses anything that I've ever felt in my life. Now I'm super open. Now I'm super bubbly. Everything that I thought, the bare minimum that I was praying for, God gave me 100 times that. Right? So that everything that I'm saying to you isn't on an earthly measure. It's on God's timing. And again, My Locs gave me this freedom to do that. I'm not telling you it was only My Locs. I listed therapy. I listed talking to people. I listed being open. I listed going to the doctor. Maybe you do have anxiety. I had to come to terms and look at myself in 2023 and tell me, oh, I have anxiety. Actually, this was last year. I didn't believe I had anxiety. I'm like, I worry sometimes. Until I went to the doctor and I did a whole scale. And everything on the scale that I had was on the right. Everything that's low was on the left. And I'm like, oh yeah. And my doctor was like, do you know you have extreme anxiety? And I'm like, yeah, my therapist tells me that, but I do different techniques and I have different things. And she's like, so what, like, outside of therapy, what else are you doing? Are you exercising? Are you walking? Are you talking to other people? Are you like, yeah, I started doing those things. And don't be ashamed. Sometimes people need to use a medicine. If you're somebody that needs to use a medicine, there's no shame in that. Okay, I had to at one time too, and that's okay. If you're not that person and medicine is not something that you need to help control your anxiety or depression, then hats off to you. Amen to you too. Whatever you are doing, you have to move. Pick up your mat and move. You gotta go, okay? Life is too short. Nothing is promised out here. It's 2025. It is April. Do we see how many planes are crashing out the sky? I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna have to get on a boat to get back to Barbados, because we ain't going on no plane. But again, I'm getting off tangent, but My Locs helped me become a better version of myself that I never thought I could be. Even though I prayed for her, even though I prayed to be exactly where I am right now, I didn't see it. You know, you pray for something and it's almost like a fairy tale because you're imagining it. But when you lock in and you say, I'm going to strive every day to be this person, when you finally arrive to be this person, you almost miss it. You can almost miss it if you're still complaining about the things you have yet to do. What helped me was my therapist telling me in January that our relationship has gotten to a place where she feels like she almost can't help me anymore. Did I cry? Absolutely cried. I'm like, are you breaking up with me? I have abandonment issues. Where are you going? You know, like, but knowing my self-awareness, I have abandonment issues. She already knows she's gonna have to take her time to leave me. But even in that, hearing from a therapist that I did all I could do and you are the best version of, going back to notes and seeing things that I prayed for, that I talked about over the last 3 years, and I'm living in it, it's only God. Speaking to friends and talking to them and having them say like, wow, like, I'm so proud of you. Because a few years ago, when you was depressed, and this is as a Christian, depressed as a Christian. So I want to normalize that too. Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you have your whole life figured out, that depression doesn't bother you, that anxiety doesn't bother you. Those are still real things. And there's a list of other things that you can still be dealing with as a Christian. And that's okay. You just have to get the help that you need. If it is as small of a step as locking your hair, lock your hair, boo. Get the locks. Don't mind what anybody's thinking or says about you. Get the locks. If you need something that's going to help you be stable, something that you can watch flourish and grow, even if it's just your hair, get the locks. That's why I'm a gardener now. Because as I'm thinking, like, I want to watch other things grow around me. I want to watch other things blossom around me. I want to keep watching things thrive. This plant I have right here, this plant was given to me in 2022 when my father passed away. I named her Florence because that was who gave it to me. This is Florence. Florence getting a little dead at the end. I've never had a plant this long in my life. Ever. Some weeks I forget about her and I'm like, oh no, Florence. I go, her soil's all dried and crusty and I water her and I talk to her and I love her and I try to shine her and I spray her and I get her new things. Look at Florence. Outside, you see all these big leafy greens. Look at the inside. New life is forming in the inside. I am reminded that new life is forming inside of me too, in multiple ways. And that was the spirit talking just now. And amen, Lord. I just gave myself chills. That's another video, guys. But I lost my whole train of thought. I lost my whole train of thought. Anyway, guys, put things around you. Do what you need to do to get yourself up out of that funk, right? Whatever it is. If you need to lock your hair for your mental health, I would highly suggest that you use locks to help your mental health. They don't have to be micro locks. They could be traditional locks, but something. Do something that you can control in a healthy way. Whew, guys. All right. Now that I did this whole, I done sermon to myself, guys, I'm going to head out. I'm going to go play in my garden for a little bit before I take this walk with Midnight. And I will actually show you guys what I planted yesterday and the garden that I'm working on. Hold on. Okay, so these are all the new little babies I planted. Oops. I planted them all the other day. So I'm going to take a picture of them. I'm going to do my raised beds over here. I'm going to get some more flowers. Not those little biscuits this time. I got those for Easter. I'm gonna do those, and I have my backyard to do as well. I'm gonna get this grass together. I'm gonna plant something in here also. I don't know what yet, but I just want around my whole house to be a place of blooming, right? Thank you guys for joining me again. Please do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I know this video series went on a little longer than it needed to, but God was talking to me, so I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys all that I have. So yeah, guys, if you got to the end of this video, please drop me a little yellow heart in the comments and let me know that you get it, you're with me, you're vibing with me. And if you've experienced anything like this where your locks are a spiritual awakening for you too, please leave that in the comments. I hope my phone is not too close to my face. Until next time, guys.